Hello, beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday. I want us to be honest with ourselves. Attackers don't care how busy you are or how overstretched your team is. A simple patch, just a password that is weak, can actually open the door to disaster. And that's one of the reasons why this session is very, very important because I want us to be practical about the proven ways by which we can shut the doors ever before the attackers can get a chance. I want us to do like a breakdown of the different strategies that actually work so that we can go back to growing your business and you can worry a lot less about cyber threats. Just when I started consulting for SMBs, I remember some time ago when I started consulting, just a little after I started consulting for SMBs, one very early morning, it was around 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning, I got a call from a friend. It was a very, very, I would go to use interesting call. And this guy called in a panic because another friend of his had called him. They were frozen by a ransomware attack. And it was like, oh, don't worry, I have a friend that is a cybersecurity consultant. She'll tell us what to do. During my discussion with the guy that had a problem, I discovered that the reason so many of the attacks or the cyber attack was actually able to come in was because they had not done a lot of the things that they were advised to do. They had allowed patches to sleep, their schedules are slipped, they were not putting MFAs everywhere, they were not encrypting a lot of their data. And most importantly, one of their staff members was stupid enough to actually click a phishing email, even though she suspected it was actually a phishing email. But interestingly, as I continued to work with them, there was something I observed. I realized something that was very interesting, and it was the fact that sometimes when you are working with people, no matter what the circumstance or what the situation might be, it's not always about the technology, it's not always about the tech, it's always about the people. It's always about the people. That particular moment actually um, changed my decision. It actually changed my commitment. It shaped my commitment to the fact that I wanted to make defensive, practical, as well as manageable and focused strategies for small and medium businesses. It was that reality that helped me to understand that it was much more about the technology and much more. It was not just about the technology, it was more about the people. Now, some of those tips that I actually drew from that particular scenario has taught me a lot of lessons in life. Those lessons are hard lessons, but the truth of the matter is sometimes you have to learn the hard way in order to be able to create a defense that will take you out of the hard ways. I'm going to tell you some of the insights that I believe that should be able to work for you during this period. I'm very practical, and I don't believe that every, like I just explained, everything has to be technology based. Sometimes is about the people and not just about the technology. But most of the time, the first insight I have actually learned is the fact that the basics matter. Every time we talk about you putting MFAs, every time I talk about you encrypting your data, the passwords, those simple things, you know, regular training, just set a patching cadence and ensure that you actually, you work on it. Those are some of the things that I think are very, very important. Your good cyber hygiene habits are extremely important. We are so focused on technology when in actual fact, the simple things are the things that you should focus on. Like I would hear one of my coaches say, she would say simple skills, complex fails. Sometimes just go with the simple things. The simple things a lot of times are the ones that will keep the cyber attacks away before you enter into a place where there is going to be a problem. So I'm going to encourage you, focus first on the basics. Most of these basics are things that you can do on your own. They are tips that you can implement by yourself. Strong passwords. Make sure your passwords are not weak. Make sure they meet the complexity rate that we've actually discussed about, 12 to 14 characters. Make sure that you have multi-factor authentication everywhere. Ensure that your staff members are regularly trained. Just those simple things. Simple things. If you don't know some of those things, or you don't have an idea of what to do, I will encourage you, go to my YouTube channel. There is actually a playlist there called Cyber Hygiene Week. I will advise that you go through a lot of those videos there. It will teach you a lot of the cyber hygiene basics, especially when it comes to social engineering, footprints, and other stuff, including incident response. I'm going to encourage you. Most importantly, look at the first videos that we did on Wednesday and the one we did yesterday. Those will also help. Then number two, remember that it's always about the people and not just the technology. Like I said before, the people are the targets. It's not the software. So based off of the fact that the people are the targets, you need to understand that the attackers will only succeed if they are able to exploit your people. If they are able to exploit human habits, not the technical flaws alone. So ensure that you pay more attention to your people. Ensure that you pay more attention to your people. When I'm saying your people, I mean everyone that is working for you, starting from the cleaners. Even the cleaners need to have a good understanding of cybersecurity awareness. They may find sheets on the floor. They may find a lot of things that they should not throw away. They should have habits for how documentation should be thrown away. Some things needs to be shredded instead of you just putting them anywhere and everywhere and it's flying around. No, please, your people are more important than the technology. Then the third insight I want you to understand is that no single solution is enough. No. I emphasized on Monday that on Wednesday that one of the reasons why a lot of people have problems. I actually had a client that was a logistics company. They actually had antivirus software for their drivers. They had it on everywhere and they thought that was good enough. But you need to know that one single solution is never enough. It has to be layered. And when I'm talking about layered, you need to remember that cyber threats are evolving. So based off of the fact that cyber threats are evolving, setting up just an antivirus or setting up a firewall, it will not be enough to protect you. It needs to be a layered defense. What this means is that you have to have several solutions or several technologies or several tools working together in order to be able to save you. And a lot of times, it's not just about the solutions or the tech, like I said initially, it's just several strategies working together, several forms of defenses working together in order to ensure that you are safe. Now, what are some of the tips I want you to go through? What are some of the things I think you should be able to implement? I keep emphasizing on multi-factor authentication, and that is because I've discovered that a lot of people don't think it is important. Yes, we know that there's what is called MFA bypass right now, but why don't you just start by even putting it in place yet first and look at how well enough it's going to protect you. Please ensure that you turn off MFA everywhere. Multi-factor authentication, turn it on everywhere. Then number two, I think I already mentioned this yesterday. Your software updates as well as your patches are very, very important. Make sure they don't slip through the cracks. Make sure they don't forget to do it. In the alternative, ensure that they are automated so that even when you are busy, it automatically happens. It automatically happens, especially for those of us that are actually using mobile devices. For our staff members, maybe like iPhones, iPad, set it up so that automatically it happens, even when they have forgotten to make sure it happens. Then the third thing I'm going to ask that you do is that you train your staff regularly. Please ensure you train your staff members regularly. Humans are the most vulnerable, I'm going to call you the vulnerable targets when it comes to cyber attacks. So ensure that they are able to spot phishing attempts and ensure that they understand what a social engineering attempt looks like. Then teach them some short, focused lessons. Just sign them up for security awareness training programs is very, very important to your organization. Then number 4, when it comes to passwords, I will advise that you actually use what is called a password manager. Now, why am I asking that you use a password manager? The reason I'm asking that you use a password manager is because it's going to allow you to not only ensure that you are not reusing passwords across the different social media, different sites, or different portals, different platforms, but it's going to also ensure that you are your passwords is creating enforced strong passwords for every platform as well as every account. And the sincere truth is you don't have to remember them. One thing that I have also come to understand is that most times when you're using a very good VPN solution tool, some of them come with a password manager. You can actually sign up for the password manager feature on your VPN as well, as long as it is a very good VPN solution. Then also do what is called regular backups. Do not just back up your systems. Do not just back up your solutions. Do not just back up whatever backups that you have. Ensure that you are testing them regularly so that it's not just about storing something that will eventually not work for you. If you have one backup offline, ensure that you have another one. It's a separate cloud provider. And like I said initially, ensure they are tested to make sure that they are working and they can fulfill your need in case of a crisis. Then the next one is that restrict remote access. When I say restrict remote access, the way you're going to restrict remote access most of the time is not just by using your VPN. If your staff members don't have to be remote or they don't need to work remotely, there is no need for them to actually give them remote access. But if they have to be working from another location, maybe a different country, a different city, or they are traveling, even when they are traveling, look at the kind of remote capabilities they need only for that period. One of the ways that systems are usually easily, I'm going to use that word, easily manipulated is through remote capabilities, remote access. So please ensure that when a pathway is unused, do not open it up. I think I already mentioned that yesterday. Always disable pathways, always disable ports, always disable anything that is remotely accessible that you are not using at any point in time. Use a very good VPN service as well. It's very, very important. Then I want you to keep monitoring your systems for unusual activity. That's another mistake that a lot of people make. If you do not have someone that does that right now, I will encourage that you actually work with where your security professional or whoever is you are working with, so that they are monitoring your system continuously for any activity that is unusual. If you notice something that is not normal for whatever you should be doing on a daily basis, it's what is called a trigger. Once you notice a trigger, please take it up immediately. Set up alerts for suspicious logins, set up alerts for data access, set up alerts for whatever staff members are doing, including trying to exfiltrate data. Please, you need to monitor for unusual access. Then the most important, I want you to work and develop as well as create, not just develop, create, and I will use the word rehearse. I'm going to use the word rehearse your incident response plan. Have a good incident response plan in place. What happens in case of an incident? I don't want you running around because you don't have a plan ahead of time. Create one. It can even be a simple checklist so that you know every step you are going to be taking in case there is a problem. The reason why we always encourage you to have an incident response plan is like someone that knows, oh, in case my house has a fire incident, this is what I'll do. You call 911, you do this, you do that. There is what is called a structured process in place. And that will allow your team members not only to stay calm, but also act very fast in case anything happens. Please, it's very, very important that you actually look at all these things and work on them. These are some of the strategies I need you to look at so that you can block and be able to mitigate your attacks in case they come in. Attacks that you send in your questions, I'm ready and available to answer your questions. Wow, it's another beautiful Friday. I hope you had a very good time. Thank you for spending time with me. I am very committed to helping SMBs like yours navigate cybersecurity confidently. I cannot wait to see you at the next session on Tuesday. That's going to be next week, Tuesday. I cannot wait to see you. But most importantly, I need you to remember that you are not alone on this journey. We are here to help you every step of the way. Until I see you next week, Tuesday, have a beautiful and wonderful weekend. Take care.